All right, we are back with another Pick'em video. We got a ton of stuff to talk about today. There's promotions happening left and right. It's Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks. It's actually like Super Taco Tuesday. We got discounts on Sleeper. We got discounts on Underdog. I'm sure there's Chalkboard discounts. We got MLB starting tomorrow. We got college basketball, March Madness happening very soon. So tons of stuff to talk about. They're going to be throwing promotions at us, so we want to be able to take advantage of that. But we'll talk about that a little bit down the line. But if you're new here, definitely go ahead and subscribe. We're about daily content like this each and every day. Leave the video a like and comment anything down below. If this video gets to 150 likes, I will be giving away a free month of the Discord to a commenter down below. So you just got to comment to enter. I've been loving reading the comments. You know, it reassures me that you guys are liking this content. And yeah, have a whole lot of fun there. So again, 150 likes. This video is out coming out around 1:30 p.m. So you should have plenty of time to get there today. And yeah, 150 likes, comment anything down below to enter, and let's jump into things. So if you're new around here, we definitely go over our picks each and every day. Doesn't matter if you have a bad day, a good day. I don't like to brush over my losses, and I obviously don't like to brush over my wins. So we right here, 50% on the day, and not the best. But, you know, we'll talk about it. Terry Rozier killed his line. This line jumped all the way up to 29.5. That's where it closed. You know, we talked about Jimmy Butler potentially not playing. I kind of read into the spread a little bit on that, and he ended up being a late scratch there. So his PRA jumped all the way up, and he had a good game. Jalen Brunson had 5 RA in like the first quarter, then did nothing until like he scored a lot, but then he did nothing in terms of RA until like the last 5 minutes of the game, and then killed his line. So he crushed it there. Clint Capella blowout there against the Lakers. I'm sure he gets that if he gets the normal amount of minutes. He also came out really slow. And then another guy that came out really slow is Isaac Okoro. I'm surprised he even got to 12 points and rebounds. I'm pretty sure the last time we went to Okoro, he did the same thing. But again, I'm not worried about this ever. Anytime you attack a value, that's the only thing you can do, and it's going to eventually, right the ship. A bad day here and there is not too much to worry about. But yeah, Okoro, all these lines eventually got bumped up. I think Okoro went to 15. I think Jalen Brunson went to 10 or maybe even 10.5. Capella went to 22.5. So we got great value, and that's what we do over here. So let's jump into the picks today, though. I got 4 more for you. And again, it's Taco Tuesday. Definitely take advantage of those tacos. And I said it's Super Taco Tuesday. There's like 6 tacos today rather than the normal 3. So we want to be able to take advantage of all these. And yeah, let's just jump right into the board. All right, so the first guy, actually the first 2 guys I want to talk about are both going to be Houston Rockets. We're going to be talking Fred VanVleet and we're going to be talking Jaylen Green. Obviously, the big news for the Rockets is there's no Sengun, but they've actually been playing extremely well here. So, no Sengun means VanVleet and Jaylen Green have been getting a huge boost in usage rate, which makes a lot of sense. And I love their matchup here against Washington. Not only is Washington, the worst in the league at giving up points, rebounds, assists, they're also the worst in the league in giving up, steals and blocks and all these different types of things. They're just a sloppy team and it's not very good. And they're also dealing with some injuries today. So not only are they bad in general, Denny Advia is out here. Obviously, Marvin Bagley's been out. Tyus Jones is out today. So I have no idea how this Washington team is going to look. It's a 9.5 point spread. Hopefully it stays relatively close. But this could be a very sloppy game, which is why, the long-winded way of saying the reason I'm going to the fantasy score for Fred VanVleet and for Jaylen Green. There's some potential for some easy steals, some easy blocks. And I think, especially with Fred, he's like probably the oldest guy out there, the most veteran leader kind of guy out there. He should be able to control this game. And the biggest beneficiary will probably be Jaylen Green. If he's getting a lot of assists, Jaylen Green will probably be his main guy. Obviously, Jabari Smith Jr. and stuff like that too. So I actually went to his 12.5 rebounds and assists initially. That did get bumped up to 13. There was just a ton of value there. I wanted to take advantage of that. But I don't mind his fantasy score. I also don't mind his PRA. I just like the PRA just got bumped as well. So I like his fantasy score at 41.0. And then I'll also just plug in Jaylen Green here. And we'll both go over them. But there's so many Jaylens. Jaylen Green, 39.0. So I'm going to actually do a combo here, a little stacking opportunity. I think they both play well together. And they both, they get like a boost off each other. So if VanVleet's getting assists, it's probably to Jaylen Green today. So let's jump into VanVleet first. Got his fantasy score popped up right over here on Outlier. This is Outlier, one of the partners of the channel. You can actually get a free week if you want to try this out using the link in the description. Highly recommend it if you do this a certain amount. Just gives you all different types of stats, and it's not just for NBA. This is going to be for MLB, WNBA, NFL when it's going on, NHL, college basketball. It gives you the hit rates. It gives you the matchup stats. It gives you all different types of things, and it's super duper helpful. So again, free week if you want to check it out. If you don't like it after the week, go ahead and cancel it. No harm, no foul. But I think you'll find a lot of value in it. So Yeah, so I'm jumping around here. 41.0 for Fred VanVleet. We want to look at the whole season here. It's a 40% hit rate, so nothing too crazy. But the biggest thing is there's no Sengun. So we can look at the last 10 games. He's been playing a lot better. The Houston Rockets have been playing a lot better. They've been beating, good teams. They've been beating bad teams. So 60% hit rate the last 10 games. But again, the biggest thing here is we want to see games without Sengun, their best player, the guy they kind of been carrying them all season. And he's played 3 games this year without Sengun. Obviously, pretty horrible ankle injury for him. But those 3 games he's gone over, and one of these games was against the Wizards here. So we got a great amount of data points. 3 is not the most in the world, but I'm saying we have a Wizards line to look at. So that is good to see that they played each other, a few days ago, 5 days ago. And he's crushed this line ever since Sengun's gone out. Again, that usage rate just gets a big boost. Playing a ton of minutes, 39, 37 right here, even in a 20-point victory. So that's good to see. And then 35 right here against Cleveland, which is a difficult team, difficult defense, and he was still able to get there. So Fred VanVleet hopefully gets a decent amount of assists, can score the ball for sure. And if you can grab a steal or two, that'd be even icing on the cake for this fantasy score. So love this. In terms of matchup, again, I'll point this out once for Jaylen Green as well, but points allowed, rebounds allowed, assists allowed, literally dead last in the league in terms of everything. So that's great to see. And then in terms of blocks and steals, I want to point that out, that they're also, bottom of third of the league in steals allowed, bottom third in the league in blocks allowed to point guards. I want to specifically show this. They're middle of the road. So they give up a whole bunch of different stats. So the Rockets players should have a decent amount of opportunity to have a great game against these guys. And again, we saw that against these guys 5 days ago. So really liking VanVleet. It's not just the hit rate. It's not just the matchup. I do want to show you the odds as well. And looks like VanVleet, again, I just showed that this did get bumped up to 33.5. This will be changing in a second over on DG Fantasy. But this is DG Fantasy, another partner of the channel. You can get 25% off your first month if you want to check them out. That will also translate to a month free of the Discord. So if you sign up using my code or the link in the description, send me a screenshot on Discord or even on Instagram if you want to do that. Just say, hey, use your code. I'd like to get into the Discord community and try you guys out. I'll say, of course, for sure. And so 25% off your first month and a free month of Discord. Highly recommend this. It shows you market value across all different sports books. So taking advantage of PrizePicks fixed payout system, you can do that here. And again, if you have any questions, I can answer anything in the Discord. But yeah, market value here. And they're liking it. They're liking it. So PRA here, 32.5. They like on the over. Points, they like on the over. Assist combo with Kuzma, they like on the over. They're liking everything on the over. And here's the fantasy score, 41.0. PrizePicks typically has their fantasy score up a little bit higher than market value. So anytime it's below, I like to see that. I like to be able to take advantage of that. They're giving this a 52.17% chance to hit. Why is that? There's 4 other books out there with a fantasy score up. Draftkings being probably the most reliable one. And 41.8 at DraftKings, they're up 0.8 higher than what PrizePicks has. And all these other books are around the same. So they're really right around 41.8. That's the market value. So we're getting a nice discount over on PrizePicks right now. And then our last data point we go to over here, RotoWire projection model, definitely my favorite one out there. There's a few different projection models. RotoWire has been in the game the longest for sure. If you play fantasy sports, fantasy basketball, fantasy football, and you read like injury news or updates on how they played, that's typically RotoWire employees that are sending those out. So they know what they're doing, and they got the fantasy score right here, 41.0 again. They're projecting 42.88. All we need is 41.1 to get us over there for a fantasy score. So it's good to see everything pointing in the right direction for Fred VanVleet today. Really, really liking him. But let's jump into Jaylen Green now. 39.0 is the fantasy score for him. And sometimes you might think, if you're going over on one guy's fantasy score on one team and you're going over another guy's fantasy score on another team, doesn't that kind of contradict each other? And that kind of is my thought process as well sometimes. But specifically for these two, if Fred VanVleet's getting a lot of fantasy score points, he's typically going to be, assisting the ball, especially without Sengun here. And one of his biggest beneficiaries is going to be Jaylen Green on that three-point line, cutting to the basket, whatever it might be. So I think there is some decent correlation here. And we're kind of seeing that in the data as well. So Jaylen Green, 39.0. Let's go get all his data points plugged in here. So we're going to go to his outlier page. We'll get Jaylen Green. And we'll pop into his 39.0 fantasy score right here. You're not going to love the hit rate on this. Again, we'll look at 2023 as a whole. We want to look at over here. 22% hit rate does not look amazing in terms of the grand scheme of the entire season. But again, without Sengun, he gets a huge boost in usage. And we can see that with his field goals attempted for the entire year, 15.7 on the year. And we'll see the 4 games without Sengun that he's played this year again. First of all, he's gone over his fantasy score in 3 of those 4, crushing that. But also the field goals attempted 20.3, so almost 5 more shots per game. He just has the ball in his hands a lot more. And again, Freddie's going to get him into opportunities to be able to score the ball, which is going to be his main source of the fantasy score here. So again, 39.0. We'd love to see that in 3 of the 4 games without Sengun this year. He's again crushed this. Didn't get there against San Antonio. It was kind of a low-scoring game there, but that's okay. Against the Wizards, again, that's the team they're playing today. He did get 47.6, and it's good to see that in 2 of these games, Van Vliet and Jaylen Green both got over their fantasy score here. So, yeah, really, really liking this for both of them, but Jaylen Green specifically is going to be shooting the ball a whole lot. And again, against this Wizards team, hopefully he can go grab a steal or 2, which would be great to add to that fantasy score. So hit rate is looking great. I love the matchup here against a depleted Wizards team that's already a bad team. But over on DG Fantasy, I want to point out he has a points line. They're giving it a 53.49% chance to hit. So great market value over here if you want to just go to his points. I don't mind that at all. But then we do see his fantasy score. Again, anytime that DG Fantasy is telling me to go over a fantasy score line on PrizePicks, I want to look into it because typically PrizePicks fantasy score lines are a tiny bit higher than market value. So definitely taking advantage of this. 51.96% chance to hit. Again, we're getting it at 39.1. Looks like Draftkings is at 38.1, so that is something to note. But then we got 39.4 over on BetMGM, 41 on Caesars, and 40.3 on Bovada. So again, collectively, it is a little bit higher, but DraftKings is my favorite data point to look at usually, and they're at 38.1. So just want to clarify that. I think he's going to have a great game, though, so it is good to see that the market value in general is on the over here. And then our last data point is going to be over on the RotoWire projection model. They're not loving this line, but they are projecting a tiny bit on the over here. You can see that points line, by the way, they don't love. That doesn't mean not to go to it, but again, just another data point to show you guys. Where's that points line? Right here. Looks like it did just get bumped to 26.0 as well. They're projecting 23.51. But again, there's so many opportunities for different stats against this Wizards team. 39.0 fantasy score. They're like in 39.22. So they're right around that. That is tiny bit over. But yeah, really liking this Jaylen Green combo. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Fred VanVleet. But I think I like the combo. I think it correlates pretty well. And those guys are going to be our first 2 plays. And the next up, I want to talk about a guy that literally committed murder last night. John Collins might have to retire after what Anthony Edwards did to him. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Look at Anthony Edwards' dunk on John Collins. Also, while you're at it, go watch Jalen Johnson's dunk over Austin Reeves. Both insane dunk of the year candidates on the same night. I think within the same hour. So yeah, I'm going to Anthony Edwards. I think he's going to continue this kind of hot streak. Obviously, the big news here is no Towns, and he's been having, again, the usage rate is going to boost up, just like without Sengun for the Rockets. Without Towns, Anthony Edwards' usage rate is just going to be even that much higher. So 10.5 rebounds and assists, another guy that I think might just have a good game. They do have a tougher matchup here against Denver, who he has not played well against in the past, but they did match up against each other in the playoffs, so maybe some bad blood, maybe some signs of redemption here. But we got Anthony Edwards. Let's go into his outlier page right here. We see on the entire year, it's about a 51% hit rate. But the main thing we want to look at, again, is without Towns. And we can see he's hitting 4 straight. So that's good right off the bat to see. Kind of doing a lot more of this in the beginning of the year. I think he was dealing with maybe a lingering injury in the middle of the year. Wasn't playing amazing. Remember some games, some dud games, having 5, 6, 10 points. But he looks to be back. He's playing with a lot of passion. And again, he's trying to be the face of the league for years to come. And he's kind of making a name for himself, especially with that dunk last night. So let's look into games without Towns. That's going to be the main thing here. Looks like he's played 6 of those, or 8 games, sorry. And it's a 65 or 63% hit rate. So love to see that, especially the last 4 games. He's actually crushed that line. So he just needs 11 for us, 15 in back-to-back games, albeit against Utah. But it's a tougher matchup against Denver. But again, I think he just kind of continues to play with that passion. And hopefully this game can stay nice and close for us. They're typically both good teams. I do want to mention, again, no Towns for the Timberwolves, and Gobert potentially missing another game. But I think I'm going to say he's probably going to play if I had to guess. So, yeah, like an Anthony Edwards hit rate, especially without Towns. Again, kind of going off the momentum of that huge game last night. I think he'll continue that today. So Anthony Edwards, a nice fun pick for us, but the odds are also loving this one as well. 10.5, they're giving it a 53.53% chance to hit. Again, why is that? It's because all these other sports books are around minus 135 odds. So we're taking advantage of a nice discounted line on PrizePicks for what the payout they give us. and definitely going to be taking advantage of that whenever we get the chance. So the odds are loving this on the over, and then the RotoWire projection model also liking this one on the over as well. If I want to find his rebounds and assists right here, 10.5, they're projecting 11.37, so almost a 1 point differential in favor of where we're going. And again, he only needs 11. If I had to project what he would get today, I'd probably say 11. So again, really liking this line. Hopefully he can go out and do his thing and keep that momentum going. But again, another one kind of where everything is pointing in the right direction. The only iffy thing here is that they are playing the Nuggets, who are a pretty good defensive team, or just team in general. But really liking Anthony Edwards here for a third play. And then before we jump into our fourth and final play, I do want to shout out the Discord community that we've been growing. As you can see, kind of people are talking right now. But we have a whole lot of fun in here. I'm literally laughing half the time I'm in here just because people are very funny. When people aren't playing as well as they should be, or people are playing really well, and we're celebrating our wins. But we have a whole bunch of fun in here. It's just a bunch of like-minded people that like sports in general, like player props, like DFS. Doesn't matter if it's NBA, esports, soccer, tennis, NFL, doesn't matter what it is. We talk about it all. And there's, obviously I'm in here. You get access to all of my slips when you get access to the Rich Club, which is the exclusive part of the Discord. But you also get access to other people's slips. And I do want to shout out a few people in particular. Obviously, our seasoned chefs are always in here. These guys have been here for a long time in the Discord. They're tried and true. They know what they're talking about. Octavo specifically knows his soccer very, very well. Divine has been killing NBA, even kind of in the weirder parts. He loves to fade popular plays and things like that. Sal Picks is in here too. Love that guy. He is always chatting. He's actually training for a fight right now. So he has been a little less active, but shout out to Sal. He's always in here making me laugh and stuff like that. And then recently, I want to show you the post-our win sections because Gimme Your Slip has been absolutely on fire. I mean, this is over the past of 2 days. He's been killing esports, has had some NBA success as well. Just been absolutely killing it. Can't even fit the guy's wins on one page. Again, this is literally over the course of 2 days. Looks like this was a close one here. Maybe a flex play. Yep, got to flex that. But a ton of wins here for Gimme Your Slip. Definitely caught my eye. He's been killing it. So again, you get access to all these different types of people. We win a lot, even when I have a bad day. Other guys pick up my slack for sure, and just a fun community in here. So shout out to all those guys. I do want to point out that you can get in here for $20 a month. It's not that much. It's $20 of entertainment at the end of the day, while winning at the same time. I'm not going to guarantee wins, but we've been profitable, and every single month I've had this Discord up when you just tail any of my slips. But also you can get in here for free if you use any of the codes or links to my partners. They're all right here. I'll talk about some discounts they have going on and some promotions to take advantage of for sure, specifically today in the next few days. But we got PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, and DG Fantasy. They're all of those will translate to a month free to the Discord if you sign up using my code or link, and then just DM me, say, hey, I used your code and your link. I'd like to try out your Discord for a month free. I'll say, yeah, of course. You can actually get up to 6 months free. So any code equates to 1 month free. So if you use 2, it'll be 2 months. If you use 6, it'll be 6 months. But again, all the discounts I want to talk about. PrizePicks, they have Taco Tuesday every single week. They have Flex Friday as well. They're doing a Super Taco Tuesday. Again, MLB starting up soon. March Madness is right around the corner. Underdog, they have four discounts going on right now. I want to pull up their Twitter page. Get ready for 4 pick'em specials. Bracket Busters is here, right here. They're throwing a discount at you as well. Sleeper, I don't know if I have that pulled up. I do, right here. Tyler Glasnow, 0.5 strikeouts. Pretty much a free square. This game is tomorrow. He plays for the Dodgers. If you don't know much about the MLB, this is, again, practically a free square. So take advantage of the free squares, the discounts they're getting you. You're going to get 100% deposit matches up to $100. It's actually $500 on Sleeper. And again, it's just advantageous to be able to be on different books. I can relate to people that are only on PrizePicks, only on Underdog, only on one DFS platform, because they're very comfortable in that area. But I very much encourage you guys to branch out a little bit, because you can take advantage of these free squares, of these discounts that happen all throughout the week. Haven't mentioned Chalkboard, but they are literally always throwing different promotions at us, whether it's a boosted payout, a discount, or anything like that. They also have alternate lines. Underdog has live lines. Sleeper has lines that won't be on PrizePicks and Underdog because of it's like more of a sports book than these other DFS sites. So they all have their different perks, but again, you will get in for a front month free of the Discord as well. And that's a great way to support the channel. If you watch me a decent amount, or if you're new and you want to give back, this is a great way to do it. So it's a kind of a win-win-win if you think about it. DG Fantasy and Dabble I haven't talked much about. Dabble's a newer one around the block. They're going to give you $10 right off the bat. Don't even have to make a deposit. But you also will get access to softer lines because they're new. They don't have as much firepower as PrizePicks and Underdogs. They can't adjust their lines based on market value as quickly, so you can get great lines on Dabble. And then DG Fantasy, this is this app that I've been showing you guys. This is what shows us all that market value. If I go ahead and take away Anthony Edwards, you can see it's not just NBA. Sometimes esports plays are ridiculous value you're getting here. So like we're seeing right here. So this guy right here, Jawoo for League of Legends. Not sure, don't know much about League of Legends, but the under here at 5.0 is being favored. 56.68% chance. Why is that? Well, it's because all these other sportsbooks, 3 other sportsbooks have this line, including Underdog, Hot Streak, and Mock, whatever that is. And they're at 4.5 and Mock's at 4. So that's just saying, hey, PrizePicks line is probably a little bit too high. You should go ahead and attack that. So again, sorry for this long-winded thing. This is the way that I'm able to do this for a living. And these guys, these different platforms are very good supporters of me. And again, if you want to support the channel, this is a great way to do it. But you also get access to that Discord for a month free. Do you want to shout out OddsJam, Outlier, and RotoWire? They're not going to give you a month free to Discord, but they have discounts in themselves. They have not discounts. They have free trials in themselves. So you can get a free week trial for OddsJam. You can get a free week trial for Outlier, which is this app that I've been using right over here. And then for RotoWire, you can also get a 2-day free trial. Don't even have to put your credit card information in. Just got to put your email in. So those are all my partners. Come join a great community. I think a lot of people will advocate for it. We have a lot of fun in here. Again, we're not going to win every day, but when we do, we have an awesome time. So yeah, come check us out. We'd love to have you. And yeah, we'll just keep winning. So last but not least, I want to talk a little bit about Wendell Carter Jr. I like his matchup, so kind of like the Rockets duo here. I like Wendell's matchup. Going up against Charlotte, they give up a lot of rebounds. They give up a lot of assists. They give up a lot of everything. But I'm just going to go to Wendell's 9.5 rebounds and assists. He's been very consistent of this lately as he's been getting around 27 minutes consistently. This is a 12.5 point spread, so there is some blowout potential there. But again, hopefully Wendell can go out and get 27 minutes like he has been. So jumping over to his page, want to show you it's a 46% hit rate for the season, but again, a lot more green recently. And we see, the green matchup here in rebounds allowed and assists allowed for against Charlotte here, 28th ranked in rebounds, where he's going to do most of his damage. And if he can get an assist or 2 for us, that'd be nice to see. So 46% hit rate, not amazing, but if you look at the last 10, he's been pretty consistent. 7 of the last 10, right around that 10.0 mark a lot of these games. Didn't get there against Toronto, but that was, a 15 or so point game. But it was good to see that he still got 27 minutes there. But yeah, hopefully he can bounce back and get right back into where he has been going the past 10 or so games. And we do want to look at games, 2023 as a whole. He's projected to get, real quick, I can show you, 28 minutes on the night. So, if we keep moving this minutes ladder up, this is going to get rid of games where he's randomly playing 15, 17, whatever minutes. So 25, this turns into a 63% hit rate, 27, 69. If you get to 28, it's an 82% hit rate, which is great to see because that's what they're projecting for today. But yeah, really like the matchup here. Hit rate has been really good, especially if he goes out and gets 28 minutes. But the odds are loving this one as well. They like the fantasy score, only 2 data points, and Draftkings is not one of them. So you could go under that. You could fade him if you wanted to. But I like the over RA, which is his next best line, 53.58% chance to hit. Is what they're giving us based on the market value. Minus 135 on DraftKings, pretty much across the board, minus 135. So that's really good to see. Our market is definitely favoring to go over here. And then last but not least, our projection model over on RotoWire, they're projecting 10.21 on a 9.5 line. Again, all we need is 10. He's been pretty consistent at hitting that mark. So Wendell's going to be our final play. I do want to show you that I have gone ahead and submitted this. You might be saying, hey, where's Wendell? I have him on a different slip. I had Trey Jones in this one, but it did get bumped up to 28.0, so kind of an extra play if you want to go to Trey Jones. The value is at 27, but again, if I think he's going to go over 27, getting him at 28 is not the worst case scenario, but I didn't want to give it out for a video pick just because it had already gotten bumped. But yeah, Wendell I have in a couple other slips here, so I want to show you I always put my money where my mouth is, but you'll see that because I'll be going over the plays on the screen tomorrow. So yeah, that's going to do it. Again, if you want to check out the Discord, you can get in here for free using any of my signups, PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, or DG Fantasy. If you don't want to do that, you can get in here for $20 a month. I also want to kind of announce that I'm going to be doing a giveaway to the Rich Club members exclusively. So the only way you'll be able to get into that giveaway is if you're in the Rich Club, you'll be automatically entered if you are, but there'll also be some ways to get multiple entries in there. So definitely a good time to take advantage of signing up using my code. Again, you're going to get into the Discord for a month free. You're going to get all the bonuses of using the codes, 100% deposit matches, welcome bonuses up to $100, up to $500 on Sleeper, whatever it might be. But you're also going to get access to this giveaway that I'm going to be doing, which will be a pretty substantial amount of money over the next few days or maybe up to a week. So yeah, good day to do it. There's tons of discounts happening. We got Sleeper doing the free square for MLB. This game's happening tomorrow, but this is already up, so you can take advantage of that. Also on Sleeper, when you sign up, you're going to get a free square on top of this, so you'll have tons of opportunity to win right off the bat. Looks like Underdog is also doing some discounts. This is going to be for March Madness. These look like free squares as well. Another opportunity here while these new things are happening. MLB starting up, March Madness happening. Another one, obviously PrizePicks is doing Taco Tuesday. So we just got a ton of different discounts. It's a great time to get on these different platforms. They're going to be throwing money at us over the next few weeks. And we'd also love to have you in the community. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Want to shout out the Instagram page. I'll probably be making a reel today. Didn't get to one yesterday, but slowly and surely growing a following over here. We've been killing it with the sleeper picks or chalkboard picks that I've been posting on the reels here. Horrible video, the last video I had, not in terms of the views, but in terms of the picks that I gave out. So definitely a bounce back opportunity for us over there. But would love a follow over there. And yeah, again, if this video gets to 150 likes, I'll be giving away a free month of the Discord. That will also get you into that giveaway that I'm going to be doing in the next week or so. So yeah, tons of stuff happening, a lot of things to talk about. But we'll see you in the next video or in the Discord if you end up joining, or if you're in there already. I'll see you guys.